All right, so welcome back to SFA Live right here from the Summer Fancy Food Show in New York. My name is Paul Barron here at Foodable Network, and today we are continuing our coverage of the show. And of course, we're getting a chance to sit down with some pretty amazing people. Robert Irvine was up here earlier.
Very good.
All right, now I've got Fentimans here and Mr. Craig James. Nice to have you on board.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hear the story of Fentimans, one of America's iconic beverage brands.
Well, thank you for saying so. Fentimans. I'm actually from Canada, and I don't say a lot. Pardon me for not. We are a company that secured the North American licensing rights from the great-grandson of Thomas Fentiman, whose family still owns the brand.
Right, yeah.
They were making ginger beer in 1905. They were putting it in stone jugs called Grey Hens and delivering it on a horse and buggy. We're the only company in America that actually brews and ferments ginger beer. Most of the other ginger beers that are found in America are made like soda pop, no different than Coke or Pepsi.
Yep.
So what we do is we start with dry pulverized ginger root. We ferment it for approximately 7 to 10 days.
Wow.
And we create our own ginger base.
Okay.
So we're not just using a Flavor House ginger profile.
Interesting.
So this is an all-natural brewed and fermented ginger beer. And then what we do is we add pear juice. We bring it down to less than 0.5, so it's a non-alcoholic beverage.
Yep.
And we have an original, very natural tasting, fully fermented ginger beer.
Beautiful. All right, so rosé is a big deal these days,
Oh,
at
yeah.
least in the wine business. Now you've got it here in a rosé lemonade.
Well, this has become our second best-selling SKU item. It's our rose lemonade. The product is phenomenal. We actually bring in rose oil from Bulgaria, which is where the Rose Valley is, and we infuse our lemonade with rose oil.
Okay.
It's got a beautiful bouquet, and it has a flavor profile that's not lightly blended with lemonade, mixes beautifully with spirits, and also we use with champagne or prosecco as a nice alcoholic beverage, or drunk nice beautifully on its own.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, so Craig, when you look at these types of products and the growth that we're seeing in the marketplace around both consumers and even restaurant operations, food service operations that are using products like that, tonic water is like one of the biggest. Obviously, you guys just won a huge award with that.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. The tonic category is growing massively. The premium mixer market is growing.
Yep.
And we're very fortunate. The San Francisco Chronicle did a tasting and quality valuation of many of the different tonics in the market. Our tonic water was rated #1 in America.
Congrats.
Ahead of all the other brands. They found the flavor profile and the amount of quinine we use to be perfectly balanced. And we got the highest rating. They put us into the San Francisco Food Hall of Fame. So that was quite an honor for our tonic water. Subsequently, we have enhanced our tonic water range. It seems that the consumer wants different flavor profiles to mix with their spirits.
Right.
We've just launched a Valencia Orange, a botanical tonic water, a light tonic water. We've also got a pink grapefruit. And then we've also come out with a connoisseur's tonic water, which is a little drier to go with some of the gins that have botanicals already in them.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've broadened our range.
Yeah, the cocktail business, of course, is starting to really look at mixers as a growth opportunity. We're seeing a lot of infusions in the cocktail business, which is kind of cool with what you guys are doing here with your products. When you look at kind of the evolution of Fentimans, you guys, of course, are an iconic brand. What was some of the evolving processes that you've done throughout your tenure with Fentimans?
Well, I started the company 12 years ago.
Yep.
We initially were co-packing and producing it with the ingredients that we imported from Britain. So we basically had to knock on a lot of doors. The craft soda business was in its earliest days.
Yeah.
The premium mixer business was in its earlier days. So there was a lot of convincing to do. Certainly the specialty shops were our first buy-in, the smaller shops that wanted unique products. And what we've seen over the last 10 years is an evolution where more conventional grocers are now wanting to expand their natural sets, their specialty sets.
Right.
And now we're seeing complete sets where there's premium mixers, and of course the craft soda set. So it's been an evolution. It was very, very, very difficult in the early days. There was, of course, because we were setting a new price standard as well. It wasn't like buying a 4-pack of Coke for $2.99 or we were up in the $6.99, $7.99 price point, and the retailers had to get their heads around that.
Right.
So there was that challenge, plus the uniqueness of the flavor profiles. Fendeman's is much less sweet than the traditional sodas that are found in America. So it's also, and we also use a little less carbonation. So
and why is that?
It just gives more enhancement of flavor.
Okay.
We find that we get more complexity in our flavor profiles. And it seems to have created an incredible interest.
Yeah.
And as you all know, as we've seen, what America eats today compared to what it ate 10, 20 years ago, there's
huge shift.
Oh, yeah. You see it all over the place, whether it's in gourmet chocolate or spicy foods. So this is all part of the evolution of the foodie.
Yeah,
right?
and we are seeing this, like you mentioned, in both the grocery category. We are seeing a lot more craft soda in the aisles. What I've noticed, though, is we're seeing in food service operations craft soda being offered up much like craft beer is being introduced. So that kind of, do you feel like the millennial audience and the kind of that Gen Z crowd that has really become so knowledgeable around food and ingredients is kind of the catalyst of where all this is moving from?
Oh, absolutely. I look at, I've got a 31-year-old, we've got 5 kids, but from the age of 35 down to 28. And the food they like eating isn't the food that I was brought up with.
Sure.
So they're creating a demand. I mean, we've got major restaurant chains serving our tonic water. We're the only company, I should have brought one, unfortunately I didn't, that has a 4-ounce bottle.
I saw those at your booth yesterday.
Yeah. And that's called the Perfect Pour.
Okay.
Or Sidecar. And a lot of the restaurants now are serving their little tonic waters or mixers beside that, so the consumer isn't getting a gunned tonic water that's basically sugar.
Yep.
So you're seeing more demand on the food service side as well.
What are your thoughts on kind of the future of where this category is going? Craft soda, premium mixers. Down the road, do you feel like we're going to continue to see more expansion and more explosion in this category?
There's several dynamics at work here. There's the explosion of flavor, but there's also a concern about sugar.
Sure.
So we've reduced our sugar content on all of our products by almost 30% across the board.
So you feel like that's kind of like table stakes now?
Yeah. So what we have to do now is we have to balance flavor and sugar. Well, there is a necessity for some sugar.
Sure.
Does it need to be as great as it was? Well, we did a lot of work on that, and we've created products that we feel matched our quality but reduce sugar.
Yeah.
We're also seeing a huge preponderance of products coming out that are just flavored soda waters with 0 sugar. Certainly that's of interest.
Yeah.
I don't know how bad an enemy sugar really is. I mean, certainly if you overindulge in anything, it's not necessarily going to be good for you, but we do see the importance of the reduction of sugar.
Yeah, absolutely. On that point, so Craig, thank you so much for stopping in.
Thank you.
Great to see Fentimans. I'm going to drink one of these before we're
Absolutely.
done.
I'll leave them here for the team.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for stepping in on the set here at SFA Live today. Make sure and check back. We will be continuing our streaming here throughout the day. 3rd day here at Jacob Javits Specialty Food Association's Summer Fancy Food Show. We'll catch you on the next episode.
Thank you.